The 2016 Motul TT Assen saw in total 79 crashes across the whole weekend, the most we've seen in the Grand Prix this year and 30 more than we had at Assen in 2015. The most came in MotoGP with 39 were incredibly over the course of the weekend. Every single rider ended up crashing at least once, whilst Moto2 saw the least with just 14. The biggest trouble spot turned out to be Turn 5, where in total 14 riders went down, so let's take a look at some of the biggest. We'll kick things off with this high side for Andrea Iannone in the original red flag MotoGP race coming out of Turn 2. The Italian had worked his way up through from last on the grid to 5th before crashing out on lap 14. Luckily, he managed to get it started again and was still circulating when the red flag came out, meaning he could swap bikes and line up on the grid for race 2, eventually finishing in 5th. Sticking with MotoGP, but in Q2 now, this is Maverick Viñales, losing the front on his outlap at the aforementioned troublesome Turn 5. The Spaniard just got caught out by a cold tyre and cooler track temperatures, and it effectively ruined his qualifying session, meaning he had to start the race from 12th. This is Jorge Lorenzo going down in free practice free at the fast left-handed Turn 7. The Mallorcan hasn't had the best of luck in the past at Assen, and you'll see from his onboard how he loses the front without really any warning and goes on a rather nasty tumble through the gravel, luckily escaping any serious injury, but leaving him battered and bruised and low on confidence for the race, where he struggled to finish in 10th. Moto3 race time now, and on just the second lap, Gabriel Rodrigo had this nasty high side coming out of Turn 7, with Fabio Quartararo, the unlucky rider who finds himself with nowhere to go, hitting Rodrigo's bike and getting launched into orbit, with everyone else somehow managing to avoid the Frenchman's machine. On the replay you can see how lucky Rodrigo actually is, as his bike's front wheel is the only thing that stopped him getting hit by Quartararo's bike. Miraculously, both riders escaped unhurt. Back to MotoGP Q2 now, Marc Marquez tucking the front at Turn 8 with just 10 minutes to go in the session. The incredible thing about this is as soon as he goes down, Marquez is only thinking about one thing, getting back to his second bike, attempting to stand up before it even stopped sliding, and sprinting to a trackside scooter that he borrowed before making it back to the pits in time to go back out and set a lap to qualify in 4th. Now for a huge moment during the MotoGP races, Valentino Rossi crashes out of the lead of a restarted 12-lap sprint. On just the 3rd lap, the Doctor had opened up a 2-second lead over Marquez, but was caught out just pushing that bit too hard in the treacherous conditions, and you can see the frustration in the body language of the Doctor. As try as he might, he can't get the bike restarted, meaning he recorded his 3rd DNF of the season. Back to the Moto3 race now, and a scary-looking crash at the final chicane on lap 7 for Aaron Canet and Juan Guevara. Canet comes in just way too hot, the front goes from him and the bike ends up flipping. But just watch how Guevara somehow rides underneath the bike without getting hit mid-flip in another incredibly lucky escape. So that's your crash analysis from Assen. Up next is a German Grand Prix at the Sachsenring on the 17th of July.